players.
Will, what was working for you out there tonight? How are you feeling?
Yeah, just being on attack. Coach Christie was calling the pitches, Josh behind the play, just a lot of trust in them, and then the defense made great plays behind me, so just kind of fill it up, let the defense do what they can do.
Does that compare to any other point in your baseball career where you've been that locked in, gone that far into a game?
I've done it a couple times, but not as special as this one.
Yeah, he does.
Do you like the spacious field or something here at Charles Schwab? Because, I mean, you've been up 300 runs in 18 innings here.
Yeah, I mean, big ball yard, wind's usually blowing in, just attack the strike zone, make them earn everything. You don't want to give them free bases by walking or hitting guys, so just fill it up and let them earn all the runs.
Max, first guy in the country to 100 hits this season. Can you talk about your season as a whole, I guess, at the plate, and what was working for you specifically tonight?
Yeah, kind of this night was kind of what I've been doing all year, just being relaxed at the plate, knowing that I got guys all around the lineup around me that I know are going to do their job, and as long as I'm doing my part, I can trust them, and they're trusting me. So just as a group, it helps when you got the guys that are in our lineup.
Ben, can you kind of take us through your two at-bats that you had in the start?
Yeah, I haven't had the power numbers I've liked to had this year that I've had in the past, so I'm doing my best to just keep the offense going and do my best to find a barrel, find a hole, get the guys at the top of the order some at-bats that drive in the big runs at the game.
You guys just speak to the last 24 hours and how you process what happened last night and then move on from that the way that you did today.
Yeah, baseball is a game of, like, you're going to fail 7 out of 10 times and you're going to be a Hall of Famer. So, I mean, we've all been through it growing up. You had to play games at 8 in the morning all the way till night, and you might lose all 3 of those games, and you had to come back the next day and play at 8 a.m. again. So it was nothing new to all of us, and we knew that when the sun comes up, it's a new day, and it's the only day we had guaranteed today. So we figured might as well give it everything we have.
Well, can you touch on the defense behind you a little bit tonight? The catch Bryce made in the 4th inning sticks out, and I think Gabe had the Swanson had one in the 6th.
Yep.
Can you just talk about the defensive effort?
Yeah, I mean, Bryce, he tracks down those balls like no other shortstop I've seen, and just another great play by Bryce out there. And then Gabe, ball at the wall. He didn't know if it was leaving, if it was going to maybe hit the wall, and he just stuck his nose on and went and go caught it.
But probably not a good moment to reflect too much. Well, just with all you've been through injury-wise the last couple of weeks, is it night like tonight kind of make a lot of that worth it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, these coaches have had so much patience with me. Jerry Weber spent a lot of time in the training room with me, and just proving those guys right, just spending their time with me, being patient with me, just showing those guys that it was worth it.
Anything else for players?
Well, how much did just knowing that you're playing to keep the season alive just factor into your performance tonight?
Yeah, I mean, after tough loss last night, we really just had 2 ways to respond. We could have been sad about last night's loss, or we could have came out on attack, ready to go beat somebody, and I feel like that's just the mentality we had as a group, was just go out there and attack and go win a ball game.
Awesome, thank you guys.
Way to go. Somebody's phone.
Questions for Coach?
Coach, you said your team was resilient last night. Seems like you probably proved that today. What does a win like this say about your group?
Yeah, baseball's, you got new opportunities almost every day, and you play 3-game series throughout the entire year, so you're going to have losses, on weekends where you've got to bounce back. You got a chance to win, a game to win a series or sweep a series, or it's just you've got to try to stay as consistent as you can, and we've shown some resiliency as a club. And again, I think Will said it best to me. It's like, everybody wants to know how you're going to come back, how you're ever going to bounce back from a tough loss. It's, you can't be sad about it. I mean, I guess that's the best way you can put it. If you're going to be, it's going to hurt for a night, but you're not going to show up the next day, down in the dumps because you lost a game. I mean, that's just not the way that baseball works. And if you do that, it's going to be a short stay in the tournament. And these guys are here to win. They're here to try to win a championship. And so, I had no doubt that we were going to show up, and compete tonight. And I think we did exactly that.
Realistically, what were you expecting from Will just in terms of laying
Yeah, I mean, I liked the matchup. I really did. They're a really, really good offensive club, and they're very left-handed. But if you look at their numbers and their splits, they actually hit lefties better than they hit righties. But I thought the matchup was good from the standpoint of him being able to throw the left-on-left changeup, which is it's something you don't see all the time. They handled the left-handed breaking ball really well, but he kept him off balance with that changeup. And for Will, we've seen it with him. His best outings, he's always a strike thrower. Like, he's always going to throw the ball over the plate. He gets himself in trouble when he gets behind in the count and has to throw the ball to the middle of the plate. And tonight he threw strike one. I don't know what the percentage ended up being, but seemed like he was ahead of every hitter. So to answer your question, I didn't. I thought he had a chance to give us some length in this game, and I was going to give him the opportunity to do that. But to think that he's going to give you a complete game, certainly you don't expect that. But he's a guy that when he's rolling, he keeps his pitch count down because teams just kind of start getting really aggressive on him. And so, yeah, he saved our pen tonight, that's for sure.
I was going to say, put that in perspective too, not just what he did for this, but how this sets you up just in terms of saving some of those arms.
Yeah, and it's you have to have performances like that on the mound to come out of the loser's bracket and have a chance to win the tournament. And again, we've got a long way to go to be thinking about that. But in order to win the tournament from losing a game early, you've got to have performances that save your bullpen. And we've done that at Nebraska. I think we've won 4 conference tournament championships in our history, and 2 of them we've had to come through the losers bracket. And if you look back in history, you've had to have some of those performances that allows you to set up your guys to be able to come back. Shea was not available to pitch tonight. Hawkins has thrown a bunch. I mean, Perry was going to be able to close tonight if we needed him, but all those guys are going to be back and ready to go tomorrow.
You get Perry up pretty early. What were the conversations in the dugout because you got to like 7, 8?
Yeah, I think it was as we were turning the lineup over maybe the 3rd time we had Perry ready just in case, and we really just never got to the point where we needed him, and I don't think he really ever got hot. He was going to, truthfully, it was really the 8th and 9th innings we were going to go hitter to hitter, meaning that if the leadoff hitter had gotten on or if had an extended at bat and they reached base, we were probably going to go to the bullpen. But he never made us make that move.
Columbus's second big hit tonight. How big was that?
Yeah, the 1-0, the 2-0 lead felt like a little bit more than 2 runs there with how that game was going. So those 2 out RBIs are obviously always huge.
Can you talk about the Burnham swing? You've been 0 for 11 with 4 strikeouts before that triple.
Yeah, Bernie has had some tough luck. I mean, he's had some, tough at bats, but he's also had some balls. He's hit them right on the screws. He's lined out. I want to say in the last 2 weeks he's probably lined out 4 or 5 times with runners in scoring position that just that one ball would have maybe changed a game or extended a lead. And so, we kind of joke around about, certain things you need to do to try to change your luck. And he was owed that one tonight, I guess you could say, by the baseball gods for that one. And he put the ball in play with 2 strikes. I mean, that just goes to show if you just move the ball, then you got a shot. Not sure. I think it was the rally must have started before the game because I think they were stacked up before the game, and I didn't ask any questions. At this point, you just go with it.
Speak a little bit to some of the offensive struggles in the first 2 innings.
Yeah.
Was it kind of an approach similar to last
Yeah.
night? That saw resurface?
Yeah.
That was what was going on?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he kept us off balance with that changeup, and we were in front of the changeup, behind the fastball, caught in between a little bit, a lot of balls off the end of the bat. There's something we got to get corrected tomorrow for sure.
Anything else, Coach? Awesome, thank you.
Yep. Thanks.
Lean into it.
Questions for players?
Casey, can you maybe just speak to what Nebraska's starter was doing that's keeping you guys on balance?
Yeah, I thought he was working really well with his breaking ball. He was pitching, he was commanding it really well. Early on, we were trying to take it, weren't getting our swings off, and by the time that we started swinging it, a couple line outs here and there, just didn't fall our way.
Is there sort of a compounding effect when it doesn't go your way early and maybe you get some confidence on the other side?
Yeah, I'm sure it's like anything in baseball. When you're going well, your confidence soars, and I'm sure that's probably how he felt.
Wise, can we get your impressions of your thoughts on tonight's game?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like Casey was leading on to, just an incredible effort out of their starter. Defense made plays when they needed to. Our guys battled up there, and sometimes baseball just doesn't bounce your way offensively. I thought we got an absolutely phenomenal start out of a freshman in Joseph Jirwa, and then Harrison Cook coming behind him. Had a really good effort out there. I thought he threw the ball really, really well. And then to close it up, I thought Nolan Higgins did a really nice job. Another young kid, just getting himself ready for another appearance here next year.
For any of you players, how was the atmosphere different with the Nebraska crowd versus what you'd seen in the first couple days of the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, playing in front of that many people doesn't happen very often, and so I think just speaking for us as players, it's pretty exciting to experience that atmosphere, and the crowd's buzzing the whole game. They got the claps, and it's roaring throughout the stadium. So it's just, I thought it was exciting as a player.
Anything else for players? Hey, Casey, can you just talk about, you're up there on the podium with some seniors, what it's meant to be part of this group as you kind of look back on your career?
Yeah, this group of seniors, these guys that I've played with my whole career here, it's been really special. We just got done talking in the locker room how our group has really laid the groundwork for what's to come for Michigan State baseball, and I think that we're very deliberate in how we did that, and I'm really proud of these guys and the other seniors and upperclassmen that are going to be coming back because what we did to lay that groundwork was, I think, very, very impressive.
Brian or Wyatt, do you want to weigh in?
Yeah, I mean, I just love these guys. It's a great group this year, great group of seniors, and top to bottom, all 35 kids, just a phenomenal group of guys to play with. And I'm very, very blessed and very honored to have been able to put the jersey on for them all year and with them.
Awesome, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Good job, fellas.
Questions for Coach?
Is this from your perspective, what was it on Nebraska's starter that gave your offense so much trouble time?
Well, I mean, that's how it's done. I mean, 3 pitches for strikes, both sides of the plate. We're never really comfortable in the box. He kept us off balance all night long. So give him a lot of credit. I mean, that's a blueprint for how to pitch, and he did it on a night when they needed it, probably most. I mean, for him to do what he did today saves a bullpen. They're going to have to win 3 more games, I think, to win the whole thing. And I mean, it's just so huge for a pitching staff to get a complete game in a tournament like this. And it was in, out, up, down, firm, soft. It was all of it, and all of it for strikes. So pitching's about keeping guys off balance, and we weren't able to stay balanced all night long. So.
Did it still feel like into those late innings, you guys were right there, and it was a 1-0 game?
Yeah, it's 1-0, and I mean, it was a frustrating night offensively for us for sure. But at the end of the day, it's still 1-0. We're a swing or two away from tying the ball game up, and that's really what the attitude was in the dugout. I think it was just all right, back at it, and let's see if we can break through this inning. And we got a little unlucky. I thought Harrison Cook made a really nice pitch on the single up the middle with 2 outs. He knows we have an open base. I thought the ball was probably a ball or 2 off the plate and down, and their guy went down and hit it up the middle. So credit him. for really executing in that spot with 2 strikes, and then we get a bad hop. What are you going to do? And the next thing you know, it goes from 1-0 to 4-0, and completely different ball game. But frustrating night offensively for sure. But at the same time, we felt like we were right there and just needed something to happen. And they made plays. The left fielder made a nice play, going back on the ball on the warning track. The shortstop made a nice play. He's a heck of a player. Third baseman made a nice play on a tough hop, and you got to give them credit. I mean, they pitched it, they played good defense, and they got timely hits.
Anything else, Coach? Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.